going on in this world, Jeff Bezos? Why didn't you just give us the money? I mean, we could all have a little bit of money. That's maybe because he knows I don't really like him. So that's cool. Whatevs. I am sitting here. My name is Jenna Mammina. It is Tuesday, July 20th, 11:11 a.m., 11:11 p.m. is right here with Jenna. That's what's going on. Nobody writes. I don't have any cue cards going up or any kind of board or anything going on. So I'm just rambling on. Ramblin' Rose. Yes, that's me. I'm here. It is 11:11 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time and the Eastern Seaboard of where I am. And what's going on? Just kind of hanging. Worked a lot. Hung out with Mama Grace today, and our friend Mary went for a walk. Lillian and I went deep. We went all over. We went down to the beach. We went over to there. We went to there. We saw some friends. We did laundry. We moved furniture. We just did a lot. And then we started watching a movie tonight, kind of cute, with Jennifer Aniston. You know, why not? Because you know it's going to be cute and fun. Because she's just cute and fun. She's kind of the same person all the time, but she's a cute and fun person, so I like to watch her. And Mama Grace is downstairs. Yes, those are real crickets. They are. Usually I have the machine. It's for real right now. Tomorrow morning, Patty can't make and bake with me. I'm so sad. So I guess I'm either going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might make something. I might bake something. I might make a smoothie. I don't really know. I don't even know if I'm here right now. I mean, I think I'm here. You might think I'm here. Ah, I am. And let me just make it public. So I edit the privacy. I don't know why I have to do this. But now there's a thing on Zoom. When I go live, it says, you know you're going live, right? And then you have to say, got it. So I got it. And now, Carl Hess, what's going on? Bill Dietrich, what, 52 years ago? What happened? Neil and Buzz walked on the moon. Really? Wow. Hello, Patty Loman. Good evening, Julie Luce. So there are, Mama Grace is here. Carol's here. Carol Morocco. I got to get your own, we need a song for you. I don't know what it is yet. I can't just, I got, Edelweiss came in. Carol Morocco. No, that doesn't work. It'll happen. When I least expect it, I'll have a song from Carol Morocco. There's a moth flying around the room. So tomorrow morning, Making and Bacon with Patty is going to be, maybe I'll make bacon. I don't have any bacon, but Patty, you're throwing me for a loop. I've become dependent on you making something good. Brew a powerful coffee in the AM. You might switch from tea. Brew a powerful coffee in the AM. You might switch from tea. Why? Are you a coffee guy? I don't really drink tea. I really should drink something in the morning other than lemon water and then my juice and stuff, because I think I might get more done. But caffeine, when I drink caffeine, I'm like this. And then I'll drink a little mud water. I do the mud thing, and I think there's no caffeine in that, and then I'm like, yes, there is. There's caffeine in it. But there's other superfoods, mushrooms and cacao, and it's all groovy and cool. There's still caffeine in it. So I don't know what's happening the rest of this week, actually. No Patty tomorrow, but if somebody else wants to come and hang out with me to bake, Carol, how about you come and bake with me tomorrow, or make something? And then tomorrow night, I'm not sure about cocktails and conversations and cookies and stuff. We'll find out in a little bit. Thursday morning, cheesecake. Lemon water is the way to go. Bill Winokur. I love coffee. I love tea. I love it. Thursday morning, supposedly I'm going to have some cheesecake guru on. Did you get your magnets yet? I know the people that are about to pop on have their magnets because I put them. They might have taken them off the stove, but I put them right on the stove. Thursday night, conversations with the creatives. I think Blanche wants to come back. She said she liked the Thursday night conversation with the creatives, and she was wondering if she could come back. I don't impersonate her very well. I try. I really try. Or I do like a thing. Yeah, that's not Blanche. No, Patty's going to the dentist tomorrow. And then Friday is Armando. And then Friday night is Display and Chair. Saturday morning, Jeff Metzger. One more Saturday morning with Saturday night. One more Saturday night with Gary Lambert. My goodness, I have so much homework from last week's show with Gary. Besides, there's just a lot to absorb. I'm still not caught up yet. And then Sunday morning, Alex Martinez is going to be here again. He made that baklava, and he made something else today, but I can't remember what it was, but it looked really good. And then Sunday night, Musician Square Table. Monday morning, meandering. Monday night, meditation. Tuesday morning, maybe I'll go for a walk next Tuesday. But Tuesday night, guys, we're back on the block. Back on the block. Back on the block. Ladies and gentlemen, guess who's here? Dr. Andrew Rader. Wow, a double spin. That was like a Dorothy Hamill move. Thanks, Dave. Patty Loman is watching. 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 What's up, Dr. Rader?
Well, I had to make up for the week I missed. That's why I added an extra spin.
Well, you were on vacay.
Yes.
Gig Harbor.
Gig Harbor.
Where did you stay?
At my cousin's house.
Do they live in Gig Harbor?
They live in Gig Harbor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did everyone stay together in the house?
Yep. We had a lot of people in that house. Everyone's vaccinated. I was a bit shocked being up there, seeing that it was as if COVID didn't exist. There were some people wearing masks, but a couple of times I got out of the car without my mask, walked into a store, saw someone in a mask and said, "Oh shit, I forgot my mask." So it was a bit strange. And now...
Did you go get your mask to put it on?
I did. Yeah. Although my cousin said, you don't really, but I felt a little torn. I felt almost 50-50-ish. But this week, it is now clear to me, given what's going on, that we got to wear masks again.
Even if you're vaxxed, you wear a mask.
Even if you're vaxxed. I never stopped wearing masks with my patients, clients, because even if you're vaccinated, you could still be a carrier. You don't have to be sick to be a carrier.
Did you hear? Say that again, please.
You do not have to be sick or have symptoms in any way to be a carrier. You can be an invisible carrier.
With the vaccine.
With the vaccine, absolutely. The vaccine makes it so that you are unlikely to be seriously ill or hospitalized or die. That's the main purpose of the vaccine, but it doesn't necessarily prevent you from being a carrier and spreading it. So there you go.
So
Sorry to start the show out on such a heavy note, but that's what's going on.
Well, and they are now saying that is, I mean, I never wanted to stop wearing a mask, but I've I did a gig indoors a couple weeks ago, and I had my mask on. Nobody else had a mask on, but I was
You
like, yeah.
you sang with your mask on.
I stayed away from people. I was away. I was on stage away.
Yeah.
I have a singer's mask though. It's like
Is it like the Phantom of the Opera type of thing?
no,
Or
I have one of those. It's like it looks like a platypus. It's this big. It's downstairs where I would get it. It has a lot of room in it. It looks like there's a
oh
boat.
yeah, I know those.
Yeah. And they've since evolved and they have different colors and it's not so like this was like the second one they made, I think, because it was super boxy and but the uh, New York Metropolitan Opera is the one who started this particular mask. And so I bought one because they needed, they needed to rehearse or, we thought we would be going back to gigging and that was, that was 2020. But yeah, I'm maybe remind people of ways to boost their immune systems.
Well, it always starts with the basics, like if your TV's not working, check to see if it's plugged in. So the equivalent of being plugged in is, do you get enough sleep?
Mm.
So sleep is really, really one of the biggest. Shanna's chiming in here from
Shanna!
two rooms away.
Shanna.
So yeah, being hydrated, of course, and then eating real food. So I'll quote from who am I quoting from? Michael Lewis, his famous one sentence quote, eat real food, comma, mostly plants, comma, not too much, period.
Mostly plants, baby.
Eat to live, not live to eat.
So speaking of food,
Hi, Shauna.
this
I miss you so much.
this
I
is
miss
this
you.
is what was left of a dish, and Sean's going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, and just so you know, we rarely eat this.
Yeah, rarely.
But this month I made it. What did I make it for? Oh, we had old family friends come over, friends that our kids are connected, and so we're connected. This is a gluten-free date almond oat crust with a little bit of cinnamon and maple syrup. And then I made a vegan cashew vanilla custard. And I put vanilla powder and some cardamom in there.
That vanilla powder.
Yeah, and cardamom, fresh ground cardamom. And then the top, I couldn't find any ripe pears, so I actually had to get these sugarless jarred sliced pears, and I had in a glass.
Oh, the ones from Trader Joe's.
Yes.
Those are really good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just in grape juice and very diluted. And then I cut some little strawberries, and then I sprinkled some more cinnamon and cardamom on top, and then just baked it a little bit. But it's nearly raw. But
now, why would you say that's a rare occurrence?
Oh, because it's just really sweet, and it's a lot of extra. It's a lot of extra.
But it's better sweet than a
yeah.
It's
no,
when,
I mean it's
for a
special
event. For a special
yeah,
event.
I'm just saying we don't have dessert like this every night.
No.
It's
didn't
red.
have it when I was there.
I know.
Or when Blanche was there. Blanche said she spent the night with you guys. She had a blast.
I miss her too. Well, also in the summer heat, it's hard to turn the oven on. So Yeah, so I have to wait till it gets dark and cold.
So Shanna mentioned this was made with cashews.
Oh, yeah.
I was in Trader Joe's. They're out of raw cashews.
They're out of raw cashews.
They're out of raw. They're out of crystallized ginger. They're out of
Canned
coconut milk.
Darn.
Just like many other items, it's the supply chain. And so I'm sure everyone has experienced this already to some degree. And when we flew out of
We don't have
Oakland,
magnets available, just in case anyone is wondering.
yay! When we flew out of Oakland and into Seattle, there were container ships just anchored.
Oh yeah.
And
huge, like the size of bigger than Angel Island.
Yeah.
Maybe no, bigger than Alcatraz. Maybe.
I have a friend that's in that business, and he's told me I've like major crazy stories about stuff is sitting there because there's no one to empty it.
Well, that's partly it, and everything's just backed up, and the manufacturers can't get their supplies. Apparently, new autos can't get the computer chips. Yeah,
that's why used cars are in such high demand right now.
And we need to buy a used car right now. So
you do?
The wrong time.
Why do you need to buy a car?
Are you looking for
because my 2007 Corolla that's got about 280,000 miles. It's manual. I've been driving without fourth gear for about a year.
No, really? Like it goes 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 5. If you're gonna lose gear, lose fourth gear. But now it's starting to slip in fifth gear and sometimes third. I know it's only a matter of months.
So don't go into the city.
No, I'm not worried about the city, but I wouldn't want to be on a trip and have it just die on me. And we're talking the transmission. So if the transmission goes at 280,000 miles, even though it's a Corolla, I'm not willing.
You had a good ride.
Had a good ride. So we're probably going to be looking for something in the next couple of months.
Jenna, how did your car hold up?
My car's fine. It's in Oakland.
It is fine. Got fixed.
It didn't really need fixing.
Yeah, you heard that.
It needed me to drive it and not worry about it because the person told me that it hadn't had a timing belt. Because apparently when someone replaces a timing belt, they usually put some kind of a stamp on it, some kind of a sticker or something. But at Honda, they don't do that. But the Honda person told me they should have known by the way that the screws were screwed in that there was a timing belt replacement. So, yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's going to need it's going to need new tires in the next 2 years, and it's going to need new brakes and all that. And who knows if I'll do it. Has 152,000 miles on it.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's like my car.
Too bad, but it's 2002, so it's older. And I just got in the mail today. I just got a they called me Gemna that the airbag needs to be replaced in my car. So I have to get to a Honda and they'll replace it.
Yeah, that's a recall.
Yeah, second time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. So it's in Oakland, and when I come back, I will drive it up to my sister's and then figure out from there what I'm going to do.
When are you coming back?
Super quick, like Charmers are doing a gig the weekend of September 8th. But then I leave again on the 18th. So I'm only going to be around from the 10th until the 18th.
Okay.
So on the way up to Lisa's,
2 weeks.
You'll be in school though.
Yeah, but I'm free on the weekends and I'm home at night.
We're
Bye.
online here.
Bye.
Hey, by the way, Shauna, are you on tomorrow night or are you busy?
Tomorrow night. I think I can
Wednesday
be
night.
on. I have to think of something to make.
Let me know. You
Okay.
look like you got quite a bit of sun, by the way. You look beautiful.
We're up in Gig Harbor, walking around and
So
being
pretty
up.
up there.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Sorry, Andy. We were making plans. Hi, Julie. So, how many pieces of that beautiful cake that you have will you have tonight, Andy?
Probably half of what you saw.
One was for Jenna.
Yeah. So the other critical ingredient to the immune system is Meher Baba's line. And then Bobby McFerrin made a song out of it. Don't worry, be happy. Or relax and be aware. Right?
I like relax and be aware.
Yeah, relax and be
And
aware.
motion is lotion. That's mine. Motion is lotion. More movement, the better.
And there's another quote from a Tibetan teacher I know who said, and let me get this straight. If there's something that you cannot do anything about, then why worry? And if there is something that you can do something about, then why worry?
It's really true.
Yeah.
But it's hard to
It's tough.
stay in the moment.
Well, we have habits of worry.
Habit. Worry is a habit.
Worry is a habit.
Can you be hypnotized to not worry?
You
Would it
can,
be would you have to be not worry about a particular thing?
you can train the mind to be conscious of the fact that you're worrying. And then once you become aware of it, you're less engaged with it. Again, it's like when you're watching a movie and you're sucked into the plot, you forget you're watching a movie. But if you become aware that you're watching a movie, the plot's still there, but you're not as hooked by it. And, I think this probably happens to film critics, and it must be difficult for them because if they're analyzing the movie and they're aware that they're watching an actor and this actor's done this and that, and or they're looking at the cinematography and they're analyzing it, they can't really enjoy the movie. So I would imagine that a good film critic would see it once, the first time, just
To be in a movie.
as a normal human being, just sit and watch the movie and don't think about criticizing it or critiquing it in any way. And that might be a hard thing to do. And then go back and analyze it. But the first run through, just let it hit you. And so to get away from the movie analogy again, if you become aware that you're thinking a thought, because worry is a form of anxiety, which is a form of a thought about the future. If you are aware that you're having a thought about the future, even though the thought can be pretty compelling, you're less engaged with it. It's like you put the clutch in and the engine's still running.
Fourth gear. What if it does? What if it goes to fourth gear? What if you can't stop?
You can always put the clutch in and disengage the engine from the wheels.
That didn't sound so good.
Oh wow, that was like on cue.
That was kind of something needs to be done there. Well,
so it's just a training. It's a training to keep coming back to awareness of what's actually happening. And as a reminder, there are only 7 things we can be aware of. one of the five senses. You can be aware of sound, sensation, sight, visual, smell, taste. You can be aware of thought, and you can be aware of feeling, emotion. That's it. And there's actually one more. It's a bit esoteric. You can be aware of awareness itself.
Aware of awareness.
Awareness recognizing itself. That's like a fish recognizing water. It's tricky.
Because they're always in water.
They're always in water, so they have nothing to compare it to. So what's water? Like, what's air? We are, you can't see it. But
we know what air is when we're in water.
Yeah, we know what air is when
you can't
lose
breathe
it. When we can't, when we lose it, then we're aware that we're missing something. But normally we're not aware of it at all.
So sleep, food.
Good food, yep. Not too much, mostly plants. And having a sense of ease and positivity. And if you don't naturally have that, you can train yourself to raise that set point.
How do we do that?
Again, by noticing what's going on. And when you actually notice, you don't have to do anything. Because we're not naturally wired to drive ourselves crazy. I mean, that's the way I see it. We're naturally wired to be okay, but we develop these habits early on, I believe, and that's what wears on us. And then, from an evolutionary point of view, humans up until last nanosecond, the main concerns were, do I have shelter? Do I have warmth? Am I protected from the elements? Do I have food? Do I have good water? And are there enemies nearby? Am I safe? And since most of those concerns have been handled for most of the industrialized world, there's certainly a lot of people who are still suffering, who don't have those things handled. But for those of us who do, the mind is still looking for trouble. And if it's not real trouble, then we create it. We worry about the future. Not to say that there aren't problems to worry about or think about, but worry doesn't really help if you analyze it.
Were your parents warriors?
My mom.
A warrior? I think your mom's a warrior.
My mom's a warrior. My dad drove my mom crazy because he didn't worry.
Your dad did not worry one bit, but your mom worried enough for both of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Does she still worry as much?
I don't think so now. She, no, I think it's very different now. Very different now.
I was listening in on a conversation with my mom and her 94-year-old sister today, and it was really great. It was
Wow.
It was enlightening, and it eased some of my worry. Even
worry about your mom, worry about.
I mean, they're two of the closest people that I am on the planet, but they're also realistic. One's 90 and one's 94. And they're sisters, and and they have one other sister who's has dementia. They're the last two from a huge family. And just talking to her and listening to her story about her children and her life and my mom, and it was cool. It was
Does your aunt live close by, or were they talking on
Oh,
the phone?
she's in New Mexico. She's in
Oh,
Albuquerque. She lives at home still. And up until recently lived alone, but her granddaughter lives with her now. I'd love to have her on sometime. We'll make that happen with my cousin. I'll have Marisa come on. Don. Yes, like Don's having a great salad right now. Don't deprive your body of nature's nutrients. So important. There's so many live nutrients. I just thought of something, Andy. I need to start taking those mushrooms again.
okay.
That mushroom blend.
Good idea.
I'm a big advocate and believer of mushrooms, of all mushrooms, but that particular blend I think is pretty powerful.
And for those of you who haven't seen the film Fantastic Fungi, or Fungi, however you pronounce it,
Or fungi.
or Fungi, it's incredible. And it will introduce you to the power and wonder of fungus.
Mushrooms. Fungus is amazing. So speaking of, what have you guys been watching? I know you've been on vacation, but you have to.
Well, last night we started The Undoing with,
You did? You just started The Undoing? Whoa! What did you think?
Oh, well, don't say a thing.
I'm not going to say a thing. I just love the scenes of Manhattan in that, and I love the way Nicole walks around with her perfect forehead and just walks around Manhattan at 3 a.m. in those velvet capes.
Well, we're constantly going back and forth on the whodunit part, and it's fun. And anytime anything is filmed in New York is always a character in the plot. It's always a part of. You couldn't do
a movie. Character. Yeah.
Pivotal character. Yes, it's an essential character.
And atypical.
Oh, and we started again. The 4th season of Atypical is out.
I don't know Atypical.
It's beautiful. It's a show about a young man who's now probably 19, who's on the spectrum, Asperger spectrum.
Oh, right.
And his family and his older sister and his parents, and it's really well done. And I'm sure that the Asperger world was heavily involved in creating this movie, or at least had a big influence on helping create this.
Is that on Netflix or is it on the other one?
I'm not sure.
Did you finish that other show? A friend of mine started watching that one that you liked. The one that you were...
Korean soap opera?
No.
The other one, that crazy one you were watching. That you were, Shanna, it's time to go. We gotta go because I have to go watch. Was it Norwegian?
Oh.
Well, we did watch another Norwegian, Swedish show.
No, what was the Norwegian one that we watched?
Well, that was a while ago. But that's, you got to give me a little more of a...
Something you were watching that like we had to, leave the room so you could watch it kind of thing because you were so into it.
Just me, not Shanna?
Well, I think she watched it, but I think you were super into it.
Count. The guy from...
Was there like some robbery stuff going on, or?
Oh, we were watching Money Heist.
Money Heist, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I have not heard of this one. Rob's talking about Your Honor with Bryan Cranston. Have you seen that?
Well, I love Bryan Cranston. I haven't seen it.
I'm sorry, I don't know who Bryan Cranston is.
Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he played LBJ, and he played a writer in Hollywood during the blacklisting times, and I'm forgetting his name, but this is a biography. A well-known writer who was blacklisted in the late 50s, early 60s.
That's what Your Honor is, or is that something else?
No, this is just Bryan Cranston.
Oh.
Different things he's done, but he's of course most well known for
Breaking Bad. So atypical. I'll check that out.
Yeah,
Very fun.
you would
I
love
think
it.
I started it. I think I was on a plane once and started it.
Yeah.
Or somewhere. I remember when I used to say that more often. Malcolm in the Middle. Dalton Trumbo. Hey,
Oh, Trumbo. Yes, Trumbo. Thank you. Dalton Trumbo.
hi, Kay. Kay, come be a guest on the show every day, 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time. Please, 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 please come be a guest. This is my friend Andy Rader. I really need to figure out how to put the, where the Zoom logo is. Apparently, you can have your own thing. You have
Really?
to watch
Wow.
it. Yeah, but
Well, you could have a background, you can.
But
create a
like if we were to be on StreamYard, we could be doing, Andrew Rader, Jenna Mammina, new season of Animal Kingdom. I don't know what that is. Hi, Carl Hess. We want you to read poetry, Carl Hess. Okay, hi, please. So, so are you seeing, you're back to work, you're back to seeing your patients?
Yeah. I've done it. So what I do now is, because the weather's good, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, we have good weather for a number of months ahead, which is really not great. But I've been doing.
Why? Why do you say it's not great?
Because we need rain. We need water.
Right. Yeah. November. Fire season until November-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been able to see people, some house calls outside. I'll treat them outside. And then I have this little cabin in our backyard where I have the windows open and the doors open. And I can see people there. So it's like being outside. Yeah. And I have a little fan that circulates the air.
Because what's the temperature there right now?
This very moment, or what was it, the high today? The high today was actually got into the low 90s, I think, or high 80s. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel hot because there was a breeze. But anytime there's a breeze, you start to worry.
So when you were flying back from Washington, you flew.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see any smoke on the way back?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Smoke in Oregon.
Poor Oregon. Oregon, they've created their own weather patterns due to the fires at this point. It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Bad. And then, when you fly that route, you see clear cuts. I mean, the clear cut, it's like flying over a checkerboard or a chessboard. You see these squares of nothing with little squares of forest, which that's not what a forest is.
Right.
Yeah. And so I was on the correct side of the plane to see Shasta, which had really no snow whatsoever. A tiny bit of glacier left on the northern side. Mount Bachelor had a tiny bit of snow. Mount Rainier had some snow. I was on the wrong side of the plane to not see Mount St. Helens or
Mount Hood.
Missed Mount Hood. Yeah.
It's a lovely flight, but I'm sure that there was.
Yeah. Oh, flew right over Shasta Lake and Trinity Lake, and you could see from the air how desperate it is.
Yeah. The last time I drove up to Shasta was, I think it was maybe 3 years ago, and you could see the lines, the level, like feet. But Lake Mendocino is the lowest it's ever been in recorded history at this point.
Yeah. And where we are,
we're just a barrel of laughs tonight, aren't we? Sorry, you guys.
Yeah.
In the meantime, somebody become friends with what's the chef's name, Andreas or Van Jones, because they just got $100 million apiece from that guy. That's in that did he fly up, and when are they coming back? When's this whole thing? I haven't followed it at all.
The 10-minute, 11-minute thing.
So they
Flight.
already flew up and they're on their way back already, or they already came back?
They went up and down. They like jumped on a trampoline. That's how it worked. Yep.
Wait, is he a chef?
No, Jeff Bezos.
He's
And
not a
then-
chef.
And then Branson went up the day before, I think.
Right.
Like, this is what billionaires do with their money, because they can't possibly. They don't want to. There's so much money. It's criminal, really.
It's criminal.
Yeah.
That's my political opinion right there.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Van Jones does with his money.
They will.
Or
It's
Brent.
kind of. I imagine it's like a MacArthur grant that Bezos.
No,
might
it's
be
like,
starting.
dude, here's $100 million. Go ahead, do whatever you want with it. Here, just take it.
Right. Well, the MacArthur Genius Grants are where certain exceptional people are noticed and given $1 million to do whatever they want. But
They have
these
to
are
apply
acceptable.
for it. I know what it's like to apply for grants.
So he applied. MacArthur grant people don't apply, I don't believe. It's like the Nobel Prize. You have to be nominated and chosen. You don't advocate for yourself, I believe, with the MacArthur Genius Grant.
Yeah, I don't know. CNN, Van Jones received civility award. So it was a civility award.
Okay. Oh, and then Bezos chipped in and said, here's.
I don't really know. I just read that as I was.
If I were Van Jones, I'd say thank you very much. But hey, why don't you give your workers a few more minutes a day of breaks so they can go to the bathroom, maybe?
Thank you.
And yeah. And maybe give them an extra $1 or $2 an hour so they can make ends meet. Maybe have some child care at an Amazon warehouse so they don't have to pay most of their wages in child care. You got me on a run here, Jenna.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I'm not a fan. I don't do that. I don't order that stuff online, and I'm not a part of that. My music. I used to have my music at Amazon, but then they made me. I had to send my CD. It's a long story. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'm pulling my hair out now. No. Are you available to come back next Tuesday?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe Kay will come on sometime too. Wait, I have to give you a standing ovation. And maybe Shanna will. Oh, whoops.
What?
Whoop.
Read
So-
what AOC wrote.
I can't read that.
No, it was.
Wait, hang on.
What happened?
Shauna, well,
AOC commented about it.
well, should we do that on the radio? I mean,
AOC.
Good night, Patty. Well, we'll just all do it.
so AOC, can we talk about this?
Go ahead.
Or
Go ahead.
so Bezos did make a comment after he landed, and he said he wanted to thank, I'm going to paraphrase, thank Amazon workers, Amazon customers, because they paid for this, his trip to space. So AOC said, yes, Amazon workers did pay for this with lower wages, union busting, a frenzied and inhumane workplace, and delivery drivers not having health insurance during a pandemic. And Amazon customers are paying for it, with Amazon abusing their market power to hurt small businesses. And that's it. I know this show that is, we try to keep it. We don't want to talk about difficult subjects.
It's not
but
that I
sometimes
don't talk about difficult subjects. It's just that you can get that anywhere. This is just like the 1 hour where it's not right in your face. But at the same time, that's really important. That to me is not a political conversation. That's common sense. This is common
yeah,
sense. These people need they need health care. They need child care. They need to be able to go to the bathroom. They need to not be timed. Their 20-second whatever, I only have 20 seconds to fulfill this order or I'm not going to keep my job.
right. And that's the kind of stress that weakens your immune system. You know, you work all day and then you come home and your kids are trying to do schoolwork online and you're not going to sleep because you're worried. And yes. So you are right. You got to keep a sense of humor, because if you don't have a sense of humor, it just isn't funny.
It's just not.
And I'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you, Dr. Andrew Rader. Shauna, let us know tomorrow if you want to come on, and we'll make that happen.
I'm already thinking of something.
Oh, so it's a
Thank
yes?
Yeah, she'll do it.
There, that's a rowdy crowd.
Even if it's just peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm going to go now and eat that thing.
Go eat that thing. Go eat that cashew thing. Thank you. Good night, you guys. Bye-bye. He probably wants to sell all the cheese on Amazon. Oh my God. You guys. All right. I'm going to go take my mushrooms and do a little spin with Lily and Pearl. Let's see. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to make something. I don't know what. I was going to make a chocolate cake. I can still do that. I'll make a chocolate cake. I'll make a bundt cake tomorrow. So much for your immune system, but it will have dark chocolate in it, and it will be gluten-free, and it will not have sugar. It will have applesauce and applesauce, gluten-free flour, dark chocolate shavings, and cocoa, dark cocoa, and then probably something, whatever's in the fridge, then it looks good. Letter? Anybody got a letter? Give me a letter. Give me a letter. Give me a letter, will you please? Oh, my sushi looks cute. Good night, Julie Luce. Thank you, William D. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Rob P. William, you had a letter today. Somebody else, letter. William got the letter this morning. I can't remember. Wasn't that P? Didn't I already do P today? I did something. Anybody else a letter? Or I'll go. But thank you very much for being here. C, crickets. K, come sing with me. Come sing with me. Okay. Stay safe, stay healthy, be nice. And love the one you're with. As I sit here now, I wonder what to sing for you, but I'm gonna sing right now. Charismatic thoughts, conscious words, and here I will sing her in a song. A Carol Morocco heart, a Carol Morocco heart. Have a restful night, and then tomorrow morning we will start again. Have a wonderful night. Mama Grace, I'll see you in a minute. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Shauna. Thank you, all of you. Love hard, real hard.